I don't care. I don't care that you think that you're so great. The truth is you're not. Dear Salivating Steve, you are dead wrong. Let's talk about this real quick. My $289 Lenovo IdeaPad 1i laptop has a 12th Gen i3 and touchscreen. I'm not reading all of this. My old 8th Gen blah blah blah, but let's be honest, 8th Gen Intel chips were hot garbage. I'm gonna stop you there, buddy, because the truth is, okay, 8th Gen Intel chips may not have been as good as the Ryzens that were beating the crap out of Intel at the time, but they're not hot garbage. They may have issues, but they're not remotely hot garbage. In fact, if I slap a Windows 10 or Linux installation on any 8th Gen Intel chip, it's going to be perfectly fine. Nobody's going to have a problem with it. Now, granted, maybe you're not going to be running like a giant CAD suite or doing 8K video editing on a Core i3, but that's kind of a universal truth, isn't it? So we already know that you're kind of talking out of your ass. So let's go a little bit deeper. Bare minimum for modern computing in 2025 is a CPU built on a 10 nm or smaller process node, ideally 4, which is very affordable now. You're killing me, dude. Like, the size of the process doesn't matter that much. I get that it makes the processor faster, but what you're really trying to do is sound smart while saying modern computers should require a minimum of really, really fast and lots of processor cores and stuff, because that's what's actually going on here. I remember when the Apple M1 chip came out, and efficiency gains, blah, 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 have been incredible. Yeah, okay, the Apple M1 chip came out, and they lied about their benchmarks. Apple made up BS benchmarks, and whenever I actually looked up a handbrake benchmark, Ryzen's stomped the crap out of the Apple chips. So the only thing that the Apple chips really brought to the table that wasn't in the x86 realm yet was that the Apple chips could do a set of efficiency cores separate from performance cores, like a cell phone. Because guess what Apple chips are? They're extremely highly developed cell phone processors or tablet processors. They have efficiency cores before Intel had efficiency cores. They were doing E-cores before it was cool. So yeah, that's about the only thing the M1 chip brought. And yes, it did improve battery life. And then guess what happened? The fairy in my pocket is talking to me and telling me that everybody else kind of caught up. Yeah, okay, but that's neither here nor there. You're just sort of all over the place. The bottom line is you're saying an 8th Gen Intel chip is hot garbage. So let's talk about this, and I'm going to shut this door so the other person in the building that I just heard come in doesn't have to hear me. I have a Celeron, this is my comment, I have a Celeron N3060 laptop with 8 gigs of RAM that runs 10 just fine, because I do. It's this cute little blue Dell Inspiron, it's one of those little cheapies that's like 5 years old. Runs 10 just fine. Seems that minimum only applies if you're on poorly written software. Because it does. Bloated crap, like everything running on Electron, a literal web browser, web server combo slapped together. Oh, and you need a bunch of those running because, you know, oh, I got to run Discord, and I got to run Slack, and I got... Yeah, all this stuff running on the Electron framework is really, really bloated. Everything being written in, like, Python... bloated. It's all just bloated because computers have gotten to the point that they're so huge, software's a gas that expands to fit its container, and developers, they develop on massive machines like this thing that I've got down here that's got like 100 billion freaking cores. If I go over here to performance and I switch to CPU and I change graphological processors, it looks like I'm like some kind of Excel wizard rather than, you know, just showing usage. But this is what developers develop on. They don't care about small computers. That's not the small computer's fault. That's a garbage developer's fault. You should test on garbage hardware because garbage hardware once was perfectly fine. And that's my point. And then he says, and this is why you're getting a video, buddy, those Celerons were junk when they were brand new, and they're junk now. No, they're not junk. Not even remotely. They're low power, cheap, slow, but low battery usage chips. They are designed for a purpose. Every single processor has trade-offs. Everything has trade-offs when you build it. You don't drive a Corvette to work as your daily driver unless you really desperately want to show off that you can afford one. But it's really uncomfortable driving a tiny sports car that's all cramped and has way more power than you need to sit in traffic and do nothing. It's just no fun. So you don't do that. Likewise, you don't buy a Core i9 gaming laptop so that you can go to to a coffee shop and type up a paper. That's just stupid. It's the same deal. If you want to go somewhere all day and have battery all day, you're not doing it with a gaming laptop, because there's no gaming laptop that lasts for a solid day. Those chips were meant for Chromebooks. You're full of shit, because they weren't meant for Chromebooks. The Celeron is a general purpose processor meant for a lot of different applications. Chromebooks just happen to be better at making limited use of low power stuff than some other systems, because Chromebooks are really just running Linux and a version of Linux that can only run Google Chrome. There you go. And even the Chromebooks with those chips are no longer supported by Google. Really? Even the Chromebooks with the Celerons are no longer supported by Google? So you're telling me if I run over here to everybody's favorite boating website, Best Buoy, you know, Best Buy, I'm being very funny, and then I wait the years, oh my God, it takes so long to load. Okay. So if I go here to computers and tablets, right? You see computers and tablets? Maybe you don't. And I go to laptops, and I go to laptops. No, Chromebooks. Oh, please let the click go through. Let's see if I can get this going. So you, Mr. Educated, smart person who definitely knows what they're talking about. So if I sort these Chromebooks by low to high, okay, and I come over here, and I choose new, not open box, but brand new. Oh no! Why are vendors selling? Why are they selling Intel Celeron Chromebooks? Brand new! Why are they selling new Chromebooks that Google no longer supports? Oh no! Someone should tell Acer and Asus that they're selling stuff that, what is a MediaTek MT? It's a stupid ARM chip, I bet. But yeah, there's Chromebooks out there that have Celerons, and guess what? They are by far the cheapest. This thing's $130. Now, granted, if you are given a Chromebook for free, you paid too much for it. But that's not the point. The point is, Mr. Salivating Steve, that you have made a stupid comment, and you're getting called out for making a stupid comment because it's stupid. I have a blue laptop with a Celeron that's like several years old. It's a little laptop. It's a cheap laptop. I got it off a guy for $40 like 3 years ago, and it does everything that I have asked of it, that the other people in my family that I've let use it have asked of it, perfectly fine. By definition, not junk. These kinds of comments piss me off because they are so stupid. They come from this sort of this assertion of authority, like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. That stuff's just garbage. I'm a critic, actually. But whenever you get down to it, they don't have a clue what they're talking about. They just think, oh, anybody that doesn't think that that doesn't have a really fast computer, that's just because they're stupid, or, you know, I can afford a really fast computer. I have a really fast computer. Anybody who doesn't have my use case, my needs, my applications, whatever, is a moron. Anybody who isn't me is a moron. And that's not the way to be, man. That's just really stupid. Look, I'm gonna, I have a thin client that's got like a GX212 processor or something. It's this embedded AMD thing. I put Void Linux on it. You know what? Firefox got on the internet with it perfectly fine, and it's an ancient thin client with like, I don't know, 16 gigs of storage and 4 gigs of RAM. But the thing works fine. And if it works fine, if it gets the job done for somebody, if it's adequate for somebody, then it's fine. It's fine. That's why you don't see me spending too much time bashing Macs on the channel, because even though I don't like Macs, I really don't like Apple, but I don't like a lot of aspects of Macs. I acknowledge that they are usable computers. They are functional equipment. They are something that some people have chosen to get, new or used, that they gets the job done for them. It adds value to their lives. It is a tool that accomplishes what the tool is for. So please go back to being some sequestered, silent, uber nerdy elite prick somewhere else. I don't care. I don't care that you think that you're so great. The truth is you're not. If you think that computers are not tools for people to use to accomplish tasks and goals, then you are a total idiot. And I don't care about your opinion. Your opinion is trash. You have spent no time whatsoever actually investing any thought into your moron opinion. Take your moron opinion, shove it up your moron booty hole, loosen that up just a little bit, and maybe, just maybe, the next time you come back, you won't be crapping diamonds in my chat. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And if you like hearing me do comment comebacks, let me know in the comments so that I can burn some more dickheads. Thanks.